Okay, so I have a recording in progress. So let's get started here. All right, so we saw so many commands yesterday. When you are logged in, okay, for you to disconnect, the good way to get out of anything, if you're logged into a system, what you do is just type exit here. Okay, EXIT. And what will happen is it will terminate the session on both sides and it will close the session in a proper manner. So when you type exit and hit enter, that's it. The terminal is closed and you are exit out of the system there. All right, so that's the exit command. Okay. Okay, so give me one moment here. Why is this? So it's a graceful. For some reason, my system is slow here. Can you guys see all this?
Yes.
Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay, so it's not a big deal. It's just an exit command. You type exit, and then it will exit out of that. So the next thing we're gonna learn in here is if you do ls, you have two files here, right? File 1 and file 2. So what you're gonna do is there is more to it. When you do regular ls, you're just saying the files which are visible, okay? But there is a way you could see if the files are hidden. Okay, so Linux system has a lot of hidden files here, primarily because you save them from being accidentally deleted. So if you do ls-a, Okay, the switch -a means all. Okay, so it's saying it's show me everything including hidden files. So if you do ls-a and hit enter, you will definitely see some of these extra files in there that you can't see. Okay, so everybody should have some files here, but don't try to compare what I have with what you have. Just don't worry about that. Okay, so all your profiles may have something different there. So what you could do is you do ls-la. Remember, we worked on a switch yesterday, -l, and then we are putting those two switches together, and then output would be long list and the hidden files. There you go. So now here's the thing here. How do you know which file is hidden and which file is not hidden? So any file which is hidden has a little period in front of it. If you look here, it starts with a little dot. There is a dot here. All these files which has dot in front of it are hidden. All these files are hidden. All these files are hidden. The files which are not hidden is file 1 and file 2. Okay, any questions about that? Good. So -a switch shows you all the files, including hidden files. Okay. And it goes with normally you use ls command to find out what are the hidden commands here. Okay, all right, now okay, so I'm going to clear the screen. CLEAR, clear. And I'm going to do the regular ls here. We have file 1 and file 2. Let's create a hidden file. I'm going to do touch, then a period, and then I'm going to do x file 1, and I'm going to give a space, then x file 2. So the moment, no matter what, a file starts with a period. So what is going to happen is these two files will be the hidden files here. Okay, so if you do a regular ls, you won't be able to see it. It won't show up here. What you have to do is ls-la, and then this time around is going to show everything. Then again, you could use a filter to not show everything, you know. So down on the bottom here, you see the file that we just created starts with the period x file 1 and another period x file 2. Okay, so most of the time, some important system files are hidden, but in a daily use, I don't use it here. Only just in case if I want to look into some system files that I need to do the edit and configuration, they are hidden files. Like there is a hidden folder we'll be using halfway through the course that has your security keys in there. Okay, those are hidden, but as a root administrator, you will have full access to them. Okay. All right. So let me just copy this part here. I'm going to copy this part, but cut off all this output here so that you know what you're working with. Okay. Over here, a hidden file starts with a period dot. Actually, it's a hidden file and a folder also. I'll show you what a folder would look like in a minute here, but I'm going to make a statement here that it's also a folder. Give me just a moment here, guys. For some reason, I have a lag in the system. Okay, I think I have a better connection now. Sorry about that. File and okay, let me clear the screen. So, how would you remove a hidden file? It's the same way. Let me get rid of some of this stuff here. Oh, I didn't put it here. So it's the same thing. Removing the hidden file here. If you want to remove one of this file here, right? All you do is rm -rf and then give the file name. Okay. Okay. If I do ls-la and let's see. So that specific file, the one you deleted, has been gone. It's not there here anymore in the result. Okay, so that is easy. All right, so now let's work on a directory. What directory really is like a folder here in Windows. If you compare a directory, it's a Windows. I'm sorry, it's a folder. Directory equals folder. Okay, so it's like a bucket here. Folder is nothing but a bucket. It holds all the files and other folders if necessary. Okay, so let's clear this out and see. Let's see how we're gonna use this command for this. Okay, so you have if you do ls here, right, -l. Yesterday I showed you it says file 1 and file 2, and we have permissions here. Okay, you see a permission here and a permission here. It starts with a hyphen here. Okay, let's create a directory. The command to create a directory is mkdir. Okay, mkdir means make directory, and then you have to give the name of the directory you want to create. So the name I want to give to this directory is um, let's see, I'm going to give the name Red Hat and I'll hit enter. Okay, so I didn't get an error. That means the directory has been created. And if I do ls, let me give some space here before I ls-l, and I'll hit enter here. Okay, now you have to take a note here that file 1 and file 2 are showing in here, and the directory we just created, Red Hat, is highlighted here. And if you pay a little close attention here, it starts with D as in dog. look all the way into the right here. It starts with a D, letter D, in permissions area. That means this is a directory. Most of the time, you don't have to be stressful about this if it's a file or a directory. All you have to do is you list this, and then you look here at towards the end and says, oh, this is a directory, another one is a file here. Simple as that. Creates the directory. Okay, it's a directory command. So I hope everybody's following along here. Anybody have any questions so far? So let's see. We have
Uh, it is not a question. I do follow, but I don't have the same answer as you. It's Xavier.
fine. That's how it's supposed to be. You don't have to have the same exact files here.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, because we are moving along, and then you guys may not be creating the files and deleting the files as I go along. But the as long as you follow along what is happening, then I'm really happy with what you're getting there.
All right. Thanks.
That was a little So moving along, we have created a directory here, right? So now there is a command you could see visually that what is happening in there. Okay, how the directory structure is there and all that. So let's see here. Type the command tree REE and hit enter. Okay, so in here you see a little period here. If you look closely, you may not see it, but it's there. A very tiny period. That means it's present working directory. All right, give me 1 second. I need to explain what present working directory is before we move forward here. So let's do ls hyphen la. Okay, and all the way on the top, you see the very first one has a little dot there. Okay, so you must be wondering what is this, and then the one below it has two dots together. All right, I'll explain you what this two is, and you will use this a lot every day. Okay, so let me put this here. Okay, and let me expand this a bit, and we'll go here. I'm gonna put a pound sign, and I'm gonna do like this. Okay, this is a period, means PWD. Yesterday we learned what PWD is, right? Present working directory. So it is, you use the period in a command structure to represent present working directory. Okay, and similarly, if you have a dot, And this is a double period, means previous working directory. So you have can you go on mute, please? In fact, let me just move this up here so that you guys could manage it better. So if I may, let me increase the font here so that you could see it better here. Okay, I think that should be good enough here. So, oh, I deleted this here. Okay, so now there is no way around this here. The system will automatically create these two files. Any directory you are in there, the directory is there, but if you have not created any files inside it or not, these two are the bare minimum that a system will automatically create in there. Okay, so I will come back to this here. How we're gonna use these two dots in a command here. So the next command is a cd command. Cd command is a command you use to change the directory. Okay, so let me clear the screen and type tree here, TREE, and hit enter. So look all the way in the top. It has a period there, right? What does the period means? Let's do, period means present working directory, right? PWD, and hit enter. So what is happening here is we are sitting in here. So the location we are sitting in is /home/Zafar. And inside /Zafar, we have file 1, file 2, and a directory name Red Hat. Okay, if let's do a regular ls-l. You see, there you go. You have file 1, file 2, a regular directory called Red Hat here. So this is the same thing here, but when you use the tree command, it's a little bit visual so that you could see it better. So now I said cd command is used for changing the directories, right? So how are we going to do that? Simple. Cd stands for change directory, and I'm going to go into Red Hat, REDHAT, and hit enter. Okay, and if you notice closely here, we have a tilde here. That means your home directory. Now we are in a directory called Red Hat. So can somebody take a wild guess? What would be the location of this Red Hat directory here if I do pwd?
It's going to be after Zafar
Yeah, very good.
slash
There
slash
you go.
Zafar.
So the specific location of the Red Hat directory is /home/Zafar/Red Hat. Okay, so this is how uh, you could see the location here. Now, I keep using pwd because all these things are coming together, and all these commands you will be using interchangingly. Okay, so even though I'm explaining you the command cd, but I'm still using the command ls and pwd, a tree, and all that. Okay, so let's see here. Let me copy this part. Okay, what time is it? 10:53. So now if I do ls-la, there are two dots in there. The directory is empty, but those two dots are there. Okay, there is nothing you can do about it. It's been generated by system, and you really need those two uh, dots to have a proper function here. I'll show you how. So let me clear this, and let me type tree. And over here, we type tree here, right? But there is nothing in here, only the period. Why so? Because the directory is empty. Okay, so now I'm going to do pwd. I'm in the directory called Red Hat, right? I want to go back to the directory Zafar. Okay, so I want to change the directory. I'm in a directory Red Hat, then I want to change the directory to Zafar here. So what you're going to do is type cd, and let's go back to our notes here. What is the, if you want to go back, it says previous working directory. That means which one is a previous working directory in all these three directories? 1, 2, 3. The one previous to Red Hat is which directory?
Zafar.
Zafar. Yeah. So all you have to do is, instead of typing Zafar, what you do is you put in two dots, okay, and hit enter. And when you do pwd again, it will bring you back to Zafar. Okay, so when you do tree and hit enter, now you have some kind of visual here that says you were in Red Hat, and then you type two dots and you come back into the directory home Zafar. All right, any questions here? All right, so now, okay. Okay. All right. So now let's go in here. Let me clear this. So this part, cd dot dot. Okay. Now let's go into the directory Red Hat, cd Red Hat. Okay. And then I'm going to do pwd. Okay. I have this directory called Red Hat in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create couple files and couple folders. I'm going to say touch y file 1, y file 2, okay, and hit enter. And I want to create a directory here, mkdir, and I'm going to give it the name, white hat, and black. Now I'm going to say black hat. Okay, so if I do ls-l, what should I expect? I should expect, other than these things, you should expect 4 files in here, 2 directories and 2 files. Okay, so if you do tree here, you should see some visual here. From this present working directory, which is our present directory, working directory is home/Zafar/Red Hat. And in this scenario, what you see here is, you see, since we created a file, X file, Y file 1, and Y file 2, and 2 directories. So in this directory, Red Hat, that means it's a present representation of a period. Then you see black hat, white hat, and Y file and Y file 2. Okay. So down on the bottom here, it says 2 directories and 2 files. Okay. Now let's go back to our previous working directory, cd dot dot. And before that, let me copy this here. Okay. Now I'm going to say tree and hit enter. By the way, I'm going to do pwd. And this is the place where I'm going to say tree. Now you see visual here. Okay. So looking in here, we have all the way in the top, it's starting from here, the period. We have file 1, file 2, and Red Hat. All these 3 things, 1, 2, 3, are in same level. Okay. And then we have a little lines in here that is representing branches. So within here, what you see as a visual, you see a black hat, white hat, Y file, and Y file 2. So these 4 files or 4 items are inside Red Hat. Okay, is that clear enough? Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, great. So now let me just copy this part here. So I'm going to just put down here as a tree command. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let's see here. Let me clear this. Let me do P tree again. Okay, over here it is actually telling you 3 directories and 4 files. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. So we have 3 directories here: Red Hat, Black Hat, White Hat, and then we have file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. So total of 4 files. Okay, now earlier I said in this place here, I'm going to say CD Red Hat, right? So I am over here. From here, I'm going into Red Hat. Okay. And then I don't have to go into Red Hat. Then I have to go into Black Hat here. So all you do is from the same place, you do CD Red Hat / Black Hat. And also, I'm going to show you one more thing at the same time what I'm typing in. When you type a name of a file or a directory and you push the tab key on your keyboard, it will autofill it for you. Okay. So if you look the tab key on the keyboard, right? Which let me show you the on an on-screen keyboard. And this is the key here, tab key. Everybody should have it on your keyboard. So when you partially type and push the tab key on it, it will autofill the file name or the directory name. Okay, so I'll show you again. I type BL and then I push the back tab key. It automatically fill that name for me. Okay, this will come handy. Sometimes you have like a alphanumeric number in a file or a directory name. So when you type in a partial of first 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 characters of the file, it will automatically fill it for you when you push the tab key on it. Okay. So now what is happening here is, what is this command going to do is, this command is going to use CD command, is going to jump into Red Hat, and then is going to jump into Black Hat here. So it's going to come here, from there it's going to jump here in a single command. So I'm going to hit enter. And when I do PWD, I was in Zafar, but I didn't get to go into Red Hat. From Zafar, all I did was I made a long jump, skipping Red Hat, and I went into the Black Hat. But I have to give the full destination path. So the way you're looking at this is called path. Over here, this is called path. Okay. So I'll explain you what is a relative path and an absolute path in a minute here. But you could see here, hey, you jumped from Zafar directory to Red Hat, and then you from Red Hat you jumped onto Black Hat, but in a single command. Okay. All right, sounds good here. All right. So now, how do I go back to Red Hat now? What is the command to go back to Red Hat? Anybody?
Dot dot.
Okay. And I want to go back to Zafar again. Then a slash dot dot. Aha. Do you see that? So when you do cd dot dot, it will throw you into Red Hat directory, this directory. And then you put another slash and dot dot, then it will bring you back here. Okay? So let's do that. There you go. And if I do pwd, instead of going back to Red Hat with the 2 extra things in here, it went back to Zafar. And then of course you have, if you have long list here, you could continue adding here, and then you could continue adding here. Okay, I'll show you in a minute here, but let me just copy this part here. Yes, go ahead.
CD
You have
red
a,
hat slash.
I'm sorry, you have a question?
No, sorry.
Okay. So we are here. Okay, and then from here we need to jump into a black hat. Okay, so what is the command we employed here? The command we employed here is this command here. Okay, good. Now, and you see this here as a path. This is a path. Okay, I'll explain you in great detail what is an absolute path and a relative path is. Okay, so all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a 2-minute pause so that it's people could process this here. And if you are typing along, go ahead and do that. But I'll give you a 2-minute pause here, and after that we'll resume. Okay. All right. 2-minute pause starts now. Okay, so 2 minutes are up. We could continue on. Before that, anybody has any questions? Any questions, Xavier? Ijaz, any questions?
I think I'm good for now. So
Okay, yeah. I'll make sure, but please don't hesitate to ask a question, okay? Because it's going to be only good for your own benefit. I'm doing my best here to give you all the notes and everything here, but that doesn't mean people not get behind. You will definitely have some questions, but please speak up.
all right, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me save this. All right. Now let's have some more fun in here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Black Hat, and then we're gonna create some files and a couple more directories inside there and see how that is gonna play out here. So when you see tree here, it is truly gonna be like this is like a base here, and then these are branches, and this is like a bigger branches, and in there you have like more files and folders here. By the way, this is how the directory structure is in Windows environment also. Okay, in Windows environment, um, this is a similar directory structure. You just start from the C drive. Okay, so let me clear this. So I'm going to do tree here. And I want to make a directory inside a direct uh, inside a directory called Black Hat. But I don't want to go in Red Hat, then Black Hat, and then I don't want to do that yet. How I am going to do that? So let's create a directory. What is the command for creating a directory? Mkdir. Okay. So Mkdir stands for make directory. Okay. And we could tell from here, from the present location, make directory in Red Hat, tab, Black Hat. Okay. See, there you go. You have to give the correct first 2 or 3 initials of the name of the directory so that it will autocomplete. And I'm going to give it a new directory name called hackers. And then, so for me to able to create a new directory here, under Black Hat, you see visually there is nothing in there, all right? But in there, I'm creating a directory called hackers, okay? And then inside there, inside the directory, I'm creating another directory called engineers. Okay, so but this command, if you hit enter, it will not work. What you have to do here is you have to add a switch, -p as in Papa. So -p stands for preserve. So what this command does is it will try to create the red hat, and if it already is existing, it's going to skip ahead, is going to preserve it, and it's going to see this one here. Oh, this one is also there, so it's going to skip ahead. Then again, it's going to come here to hackers and engineers, and it says, oh, this directory doesn't exist. So it will create hackers. Where is going to create? It's going to create inside Black Hat. And then since there is a slash here, so the engineer directory is going to create inside the hackers directory. I'll hit enter. Okay, no error message. That means it went well. I'm going to say tree and hit enter here. Now you visually take a look here. Visually take a look here. From this present directory, you have a Red Hat directory. From Red Hat directory, you have a Black Hat. Within a Black Hat, you have hackers. Inside hackers, you have engineers. Okay, so this command looks true, right? Red Hat, Black Hat, hackers, and engineers. So since Red Hat and Black Hat was already there, it didn't need to create it. It created underneath Black Hat a new directory called hackers. Underneath, it created a new directory called engineers. Okay. All right. Somebody help me. How do I go there? I need to go into engineer in that directory without jumping along. How would I do that? Yeah. Okay.
I can't see your screen.
Yeah. Give me just a moment here. Let me. Okay. Okay. So let me clear this up, and then let me bring the tree command here again. All right. So yeah, let's help me with this here. CD and what?
Red Hat
Okay.
slash then Black Hat,
Black Hat.
hackers,
Mm-hmm.
engineers.
Okay. There you go. So the way this thing is moving from the present directory here, you went into all this here. The way you are moving along, this is called a relative path. Okay. So let me copy this part here. Okay. So this is a relative path. Okay, so I use that command and I hit enter, and voila, I'm in engineers here. And I put in PWD, but look at here, when I do PWD, it's showing you the full path here. Okay, so why do you think it's showing you all the Zafar and home?
It's showing it from the root.
Yeah, very good, very good. I haven't explained root yet, but I will. So anything, this is a when we do PWD, and we are in engineers here, we are over here. No matter what it is, it will have the full path here. So I explained you Zafar here. I haven't explained you what is home, and I haven't explained you a slash before home. I'm coming there here so that people don't get confused. I'm not explaining that yet. But in reality, in Linux environment, everything starts with a slash here, okay? I'm saving that for a later so that I explain it better. Give me one moment here. Okay, sorry about that. So now, so this is called a relative path. Okay, now I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna say changing directory using absolute path. Okay, now let's go back here. I'm gonna go back. So I'm gonna say PW. Let me clear this screen here. I'm gonna say PWD. Okay, so I want to go back to the user Zafar home directory. What do I do here? How do I do that?
cd dot dot slash dot dot.
Okay, cd dot dot slash dot dot. So then we continue on. So we are here. We are into hackers. This one will bring us into hackers. Okay, and the second one will bring us into black hat. Okay, then if we do a third item, it will bring us into red hat. And then we have to do another two dots for us to jump into Zafar here. Why? Because if you count from here, one, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 directories here, so we have to do cd 4 times. Okay, I hit enter, and if I do pwd, there you go. I'm back to my directories Zafar here. Now there is one more way if you want to go back to. Okay, so all right, I'll show you how again. Okay, so if you are jumping back to user home directory, let's say that user home directory, users home directory. So when I say users home directory, my user as a Zafar, my home directory is Zafar. Okay, my entry level inside the operating system directory is Zafar. Okay, now I want to go into engineers again. And let's try this with the absolute path here, okay? So I'm going to say tree, but tree, I'll hit enter here. But the previous one I told you is the way with in here, this path is a relative path. Okay, relative means is from that moment. But what is the absolute path? I said this is the absolute path here. And I went on to engineers using the absolute path. So what do I do? Anybody?
ed cd/home.
Yeah, very good. What you do is you type the whole thing. You type the whole thing starting from here all the way to here. And then he'll hit enter. And there you go. You are in engineers. So you gave the full entire path just to be sure. And then you are using the full path using the command cd. Okay. So did you catch the difference between the absolute path and the relative path? Okay, so we'll play a game here in a
Can you
moment.
explain again, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's see. Let me clear this, and I'm gonna do PWD. Okay, no matter what, everything you have in the Linux operating system, file or a directory, they have an address. Okay, and that address would be absolute. Everybody would have, every file would have an absolute address. At the same time, it is possible that that file also has a relative address. Okay, so hackers or engineers, if you're starting from Zafar here, only this part is relevant. Okay, if you're starting from Zafar here. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, no, that was a bad. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, before I explain that, I want to go back to Zafar here, but without typing all these extra um, lines and all that here. So all you do is just type CD and hit enter. What it does is it will simply hitting CD and typing CD and hitting enter. It will take you back to the home directory. Okay. Let me explain this here in a minute, then I'll come back to your question. Okay, so Okay, so you type cd and hit enter. No matter where you are, you will come back to the home directory here. Okay, and you did this by mistake. Oh, I'm supposed to be in my previous directory I was working in, but I don't want to type everything I was typing in here. So what you do is you type cd, then a hyphen, and hit enter. What it'll do is it will take you back to your previous working directory. Okay, it's jumping back between the previous working directory and home directory. That's all it's doing here. Okay, don't get confused with typing the directory itself. Okay, so now let me explain you the absolute path here. So let's go to, okay, we are in engineers here, right? We are over here, right? I want to go back into black hat here. What would be the absolute path using the going into black hat using the absolute path? Remember, absolute path starts from here. So the answer would be cd and start from /home/Zafar and all the way to black hat. And I'll hit enter. And I did pwd. And there you go. Now, if I type cd hyphen, where do you think we're going to go? Anybody?
Same directory, the previous one which we using.
And which one
The
was
engineers.
that? Very good. Very good.
Engineers.
There you go. That pwd. Okay. I also showed you what cd is. If I type cd and hit enter, where am I going to go?
Home.
Absolutely correct. We're going to go to home directory. cd is the command that will put you no matter where you are to the home. But a cd hyphen, it will take you to the previous directory. It doesn't have to be the home directory. So are you clear with the absolute and relative path? Or one more time?
Yeah.
Let's do one more time. I'm going to do tree. Before that, I'm going to do pwd, and then I'm going to do tree. All right, so I want to go into white hat here, okay? And help me go in there using absolute path. cd, and what is the absolute path I should put in?
cd/red hat/white hat.
No, that would be the relative path. So the moment I say absolute path, you have to
Okay.
add this also, okay? /home/Zafar, and I'm going to do red hat, tab, and then white hat, tab. I'll hit enter. There you go. pwd. I'm in white hat here. From here, from this directory, I want to go to this directory here. What do I do? Using the absolute path. cd, absolute starts with what? absolute path starts with /home/Zafar. And then I want to go into engineers here. So this part should be easy. This one here. Red Hat, Black Hat, hackers, engineers, okay? Red Hat, Black Hat, then hackers, engineers. There you go. PWD. I think I confused you here, so let's try it again. PWD tree. All right, help me go in hackers using absolute path.
/Zafar
Mm-hmm.
Red Hat, Black Hat, and hackers.
Okay.
Slashes.
CD Zafar / Red Hat. Okay, / Black Hat. Okay, and then hackers. Very good. Okay, let me clear the screen here. And let me go back to the home directory again. I'm going to do PWD. And I'm going to do tree. Okay. Now, from here, I want to go into white hat using relative path. So first, we when it comes to relative path, you don't have to worry about this here. You just have to worry about wherever you are. You are right here. So what would be the next directory you want to go into? I want to go into white hat. So before going into white hat, which directory I have to go into first?
Red Hat.
Good. Red hat. Okay. And then after that, I simply go into white hat. And hit enter. I'm into PWD. All right. Now, from here, I want to go into hackers here. But it's not possible going, it's difficult going into the relative path here. So you are over here. So you want to go into hackers here. The best route would be to go in there using the absolute path here. So what would be the absolute path for hackers here? CD what?
/home.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Zafar.
Mm-hmm.
Red Hat.
Red hat.
Then Black
Then
Hat.
black hat. And hackers. There you go. PWD. So we were here in white hat. From there, we started all the way from, we didn't care about how we're gonna go. We just did the absolute path just to be certain. And we went from here to we came back here. And if you want to, I want to go back to white hat, but I don't want to get in trouble of typing in all the commands. So you do CD space hyphen. You're back to white hat. And you do CD space hyphen again, or you want to you're back to hackers again. Okay. CD is just switching back and forth between the directories you were previously in. All right, so we've been on for a while here, so let's take a break. The time is, why is it not showing the time here? Okay, anyway, but so it's 11:44 Central. what we're gonna do is let's take a good we'll be back here at 12:05 Central. Okay, good. 20-minute break. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Please make a note of it, and we'll address it when we come back. And so the break starts now for 20 minutes. Can one of you confirm you could hear me again?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. And let's continue. So, anybody had any questions, any ideas during the break? Okay, no questions. So, what I'll do is later on, I'll show you before I continue on. So everybody make sure you go to the course website here, okay? Because all the material is going to be there. And so you go to this website here uh, all the time, and every information is there. So what you do is you click on so starting yesterday, I put information here, whatever we did. The document is here, and I will keep updating it today also, and make it nice and clean so that you could start using this. Okay. Now, when you see here the document, and if you scroll all the way on the top here, right, you have the direct link to the YouTube video. All you have to do is just click on it. Let's see. Open a new tab, and there you go. The direct link to that specific lecture and document is right here. So you could start reviewing the video here. I would use the video only in the worst case scenario, or you really need to go into the video and all that here. But if you follow through this here, what we have done, this document is really good. It's nice and easy, and then you could jump to the command and practice it right away. Okay, watching the video could be daunting, and it might take some time here because the length of the video is itself, about how long is this? Let's take a look. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes, even more. So I just want to bring everybody's attention here that you have this resource here. And what I'll do is after today, after Sunday's class, I'll put a link in here. We'll have you do the assignment, okay? Once you complete the assignment, go ahead and put that assignment into the WhatsApp chat, and then I will review it. So if you have any questions, please use the WhatsApp chat so that somebody in the group can help you. And if nobody helps you, then I am there to help you directly. Okay, so the reason I want you guys to do this is it's like a team building exercise. You are going to be working in teams. You will have co-workers and people across the region that will be working with you. So stay put, follow all these things I'm telling you, and also complete your exercises. You have a full week to complete it, so you just don't have to complete it in one sitting. And also the servers, um, the availability for the servers is there round the clock, so you could connect anytime, anywhere you want, and start using it. All right, any questions so far? Okay, so no questions means let's continue with our class. It's going to be another half hour before we wrap up for today, okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Michelle.
Yeah.
I tell you from the beginning that yesterday I was not on the clock, so I should have an ID or something.
Yeah, so I mean, you and Xavier are in the same place, right? Are you in Ohio,
Yes.
or where are you? Okay. See if Xavier could help you. If not, then let me know. What is the issue you have? You have to set it up on your system, correct?
Yes, I set it up today.
Xavier, are you able to help him, or if not, I could help him directly though. But I want
Yeah,
you
I
to
can
help
help.
him so that you learn yourself too.
Yes, I can help him. So, Michelle, I will help you later. Okay?
All right, we'll do that today.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
All right, no problem, guys. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, if you all could go on mute, then we'll resume here shortly.
Teacher, do you know Konal?
Koman, yeah.
Yeah, he sent me to you. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, we'll talk offline about that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll go on to mute, please. Okay. Any questions about absolute and relative path? Okay. All right. So somebody said they have no questions about the absolute and relative path. But if you do, please put it in the chat, and then actually in the group chat we have proctors also. Okay, Aisha is a proctor. She could help you with any questions you want, and then maybe if you want more in-depth information, then I could help you. But put in the group chat, and we have a couple people in there who could help you. And if not, then absolutely, I will help you later on. Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's finish on this. Okay, so we worked on the cd command and all that here, right? So, and let me see what else we have to worry about. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to my home directory. I'm gonna clear this, and I'm gonna do tree. TREE. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'll do the regular ls and hit enter. I have file 1 and file 2 here, right? So what I want to do is I want to copy file 1 and file 2, and I want to put the file 1 and file 2 into the folder name either black hat. Okay, so how would I do that? All I do is it's a copy command, cp. Cp is a copy command, copy. Instead of writing the whole copy, the command is cp. Okay, and I'm gonna give the name of file 1 and file 2, and now I need to give the path. Where do you want to copy it to? Okay, these are the source, and I want to give it to the destination. Ugh. So these two files are source here, okay? And then I have to give the destination information. Okay, so can somebody help me? I want to put this into the black hat here. How would I do that? How would I do that? I'm using copy command, and I want to put that into the black hat directory.
-P.
Okay, so I'm copying, I'm using the cp command, cp file1 and file2 from this source location, and I want to put this in black hat. So how do I do that? What is the destination? So what is the path for black hat? The related path for black hat?
Red Hat /
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, very good. So now what will happen is, so the file1 and file2 will get copied into the destination directory black hat. Okay, I'll hit enter, and let's do tree. Okay, there you go. The file1 and file2 is there, and it's going to make a duplicate in here, file1 and file2 here. Okay, it's not moving it, it's actually copying it, making another copy there. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to copy this part. CP command is used for copying the files. A source and destination is required. Okay, so here is cp command, and this is the source, and this is the destination. Okay, so what we have is file1. Okay, we picked file1 and file2. Okay, and we said, okay, pick file1 and file2 and throw that into the destination folder called red hat and black hat. I'm sorry, inside red hat there's a black hat. So this is the red hat and this is the black hat, and in there is a copy here of a file. Okay, and I'm gonna say destination directory. Okay, and the source files. Okay, and it got copied here. So let me highlight this part also. So destination and Okay. Any? So I'm going to highlight this as yellow here. Yellow. Okay, now I'm going to copy the same files here. Okay, but I want to copy it into the let's do it in the engineers directory, but this time I want an absolute path. Okay, now let me clear this and let me do pwd, and I want to do tree. Okay, now help me. I am here already, and I want to copy file 1 and file 2 here. File 1 and file 2 from here. I want to copy it into engineers using the absolute path here. So what is the command to copy? CP. Okay, and I already give you, I'll help you with the file name. Now somebody help me with the destination. What would be the
/home /Zafar.
okay, /home /Zafar. Okay,
/home /Zafar's Red Hat,
Red
Black
Hat.
Hat, then Hackers.
Very good, very good. Red Hat, Black Hat, and Hackers. All right, so this is the absolute path here. And if I do tree, there you go. These two files were here, and it got copied here using the absolute path. Okay, so now you see the advantages of absolute path here. Most of the time I use absolute path because it's possible that the same name directory is sitting in somewhere else, but you just have to use your skill set, what you're actually doing in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is copy command. So what I'm going to do here is copying files using relative path. Okay, and now over here I'm gonna put in here absolute path, copying files using absolute path. Okay, so this time around I'm just not gonna do too much. I'm gonna just highlight it here. Green, green. Okay, and this is the source here. Source file is in yellow, and then destination file is in green. Okay, any questions over here about this? It's very simple. I mean, it's fresh in your mind here. You all got the good grasp of this. All you have to do is, I mean, just practice it like few times. The more you practice, the better it gets here, and you have access to the servers and everything. So right now, I'm just giving you the remote server. Later on, everybody will have your own servers. Everybody will get access to 3 servers and you will have a root access to them. So what we'll do is we'll set up a nice lab, and you will have root access. In there, even if you crash the system, um, it won't affect anybody else. So actually, I want you guys to work on it so much, crash it. The more you work on it, the more you crash the system, the better it gets for your own skill sets. So that is my goal here. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this class. A few more commands, and after that, we'll wrap it up for the week, and then I'll put in the assignment later on. Okay? And please, I keep repeating, please tell me if you are having questions, anything like that, please let me know. Okay, so let's work on a couple more ways to copy this, and then we'll move on. Now, what I want to do is you know what I want to do is I want to copy the entire directory here. Okay, how would I do that? I want to not just the file here. I want to copy the whole directory here. By the way, you could use the asterisk also. Okay. Okay, give me one moment here. So what you could do is you could also do this command here. If I do asterisk F, what does it happen? It will copy all the files that are starting with F. And then for the sake of this, we'll just put this into the engineers directory. Okay, I'll hit enter. Now, if I do tree, what happened? It got copied here. File 1 and file 2 here. So the reason I'm showing this here is no matter how you have this here, either you could use the all files or the file that is starting with an asterisk, and then you copy everything in there. Okay, I'm not going to explain this too much here. You all guys get the idea here how this is working. Okay, but I'll put this in the assignment so that you could practice it. Okay. All right, now what we're going to do is let's work on moving the files here. So moving the file means you're deleting it from one place and pasting it in another place. So it's called cut and paste. Move is nothing but a Linux environment is cut and paste. Okay. So let me clear the screen here, and let me do tree. And what I'm going to do is so I want to take your input here. Can somebody tell me what file you guys want to move?
Y file.
All right, great. We have a Y file here, right? And where do you want to move it to?
Black hat.
You want to move it to Black Hat. Very good. Good option here. So now the command to move the file is mv. Move command is short for mv. Okay. And now we have to give the source here. Right now we are in the place in PWD. We are in Zafar. Now we want to find out the source. Where is the file Y files are sitting in at? Can somebody tell me where are the Y files are sitting in? MV. What is the location of Y files? Okay, somebody said,
Red hat, white
yeah,
hat.
White hat. Mm.
okay, Red Hat. And I'm going to do Y. Okay, so what I'm going to do is Y and an asterisk. Okay, this is the absolute path here, relative path here. Now give me the absolute path for Black Hat. We want to move it to Black Hat, right? So what is the absolute path for Black Hat?
Home,
Mm-hmm.
Zafar,
Mm-hmm. Good.
red hat, black hat.
Red Hat, Black Hat. Okay. And I'm going to hit enter. So this Y file and Y file 2, they're not going to be there anymore. They got deleted from there and they got moved into the Black Hat um, directory. There you go. So they were in the same place as same level as White Hat, right? But it's not there anymore. But they are into uh, the file name, file 1, file 2, hackers, and Y file 1 and Y file 2. They both are in the same level. All 4 line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 files are in the same level. Okay. They got moved from one location to another location. Let me copy this part here. MV so MV is the command to move files and folders. I'll show you how to move a folder too. Okay, and okay, and it's similar to cut and paste. And so what I'm going to do is while moving, use absolute path. Okay.
I just have a question. If you just want to write the file names instead of y asterisk, how do you do that? Y file one, we put a slash or like just a comma or space.
So that would be right here. We did it earlier here using the same thing here. Instead of asterisk, you use the cp command, right? You do cp. Instead of cp, you do mv and file one, file two. You get it?
No need of telling the directory name, just directly file name. If it is inside some directory, the file is.
Yeah. So that is the trick here is over here, the directory, the source was already into our path here. Okay. Now, what we did here is that's a very good question actually. Good observation. What we
It
did
was
here,
inside Red Hat.
yeah. What we did here is we are running this command. We are in this directory here. Okay. Very good. But Y files are in the different directory. They are not in your direct path here. They are into the another directory, which is not in your direct path. So what you have to do is you have to figure out the source where that file is at actually. Okay. So what we did is we figure out using the relative path where that file is. And we could we could definitely use absolute path here also. I could show that in a second here using the absolute path also. And then
Yeah,
we use the absolute path here.
the path I get, like I'm actually asking the file names. If I want to write y file one, y file two, how do I write that? Should I put a slash or instead of y asterisk, I want to write the file names if it's different, like y file one, y file two. How do I write it in the command?
So you have to give the both path. You have to give the full path 2 times.
Oh, okay.
That would be a little messier. You know what I mean? You have to end up doing this. MV then is gonna do Y file 1. Then you have to do it again. Red Hat. You have to give the full destination for all the files.
Oh, okay, I got it. I thought I just have to put a space and write y file two.
Yeah. The moment if you do this here, then it's not going to remember that. It's going to remember this Y file. It will think, oh, Y file is already in here. It's not going to work that way.
Oh, okay.
Because the system will think, okay, this is the destination. You're giving the full path here. If you don't give the full path here, it will assume that it's in the present working directory.
Okay. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very good observation here. I'm glad you asked the question. And just for the sake of this to complete, so you have to give the full path here, Red Hat, Y file 2. Then you have to complete the rest of the destination here. If you're doing like 2 single files one at a time. Okay, go ahead and try that out in your. In fact, I'll put some trivial questions in there, and we'll see how you guys would come up with the answer. Okay. All right. Good. So over here, what we did is we copied a Y file. We moved Y file from here. Okay, those are the source here. It's not there anymore. And where do I have it here? Free, clear. I don't need this part here. Okay, after I ran the command here, the Y files are in here. And they are in the same location as this. It's inside Black Hat. When you copy it here, it's kind of not coming up aligned good. But when you look in here, the tree, you could definitely see it here. So this thing don't get taken by this part here. This part is not in the same path as file 1, file 2, Y file 1 and Y file 2. They are in the same place. So it's the hackers. These files are inside the directory hackers. Okay. So I think that there is no way for it to show you how this is coming up. Just to display you, this is probably the best way that they would come up with. Okay, I think this is enough for today. Let me double check here if I need to show any other command before I do this here. Might as well show you how to change or copy the full directory here. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so what I'll do is before we wrap up, I'm going to show you one more command, moving the files and copying the whole directory here. So what I'm going to do is see this engineers file here, engineers folder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move that and I'm going to throw that into this folder here. Okay, white hat. So somebody help me how I'm going to do that. MV, give me the absolute path.
Home,
Okay.
Zafar, Red Hat,
Okay.
Black Hat,
Black hat.
Hackers.
Hackers. And
Engineers.
yeah. But before that, what I have to do is -rf. Okay, recursive means everything inside it, and F means force it to do it. Okay, and I'm gonna move it to give me the absolute path for white hat /home/Zafar/white hat. So it's coming on to the second line here. So don't get confused here. Okay. So and you hit enter. Okay, so invalid option.
I think you're missing a red hat there.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then white hat.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you. Okay, it's saying hyphen R. Hyphen R, it doesn't like hyphen R. Why doesn't it like a hyphen R here? Oh, it's fine here. Let's do without one. Okay, so that part worked. I'm gonna do tree. Before that, let me copy this part here. Okay, there you go. So the entire directory engineers, it was sitting under hackers, right? So the directory and its content, which is file 1 and file 2, it got moved here. Any questions? All right, so let me put that in here. There you go. So this file from here, I mean, the engineers directory is not there anymore. And it got moved into white hat here. There you go. All right, so it's not very complex. It's not, anything you have to just use the common everyday sense and determine how this is working here. Okay. In my opinion, these are very simple, easy commands here. Okay. So I hope it's been a good learning weekend for you guys. And, I hope the fear of learning Linux is not there anymore. And I hope I presented all this in an easy and meaningful manner. And so please reach out to me and put your questions in the in the group chat so that everybody could see it and help each other out. Okay, so soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna upload the video and then the document also. Okay, before I wrap up, who has any questions? I see somebody say they have confidence now. I'm really glad I increased your confidence here. Okay, so well, we'll call it a wrap here, and we'll end this session here. And as soon as the video is ready, I'll put it online. All right, everybody have a great weekend. And I think some of you guys have a holiday. Tomorrow is holiday for you. Enjoy your holiday. All right, have a good one.
Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair.
All right, Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Salam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.